Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview Adam Pate, the head coach for the Wayne Post 11 team. How are you doing today?
Doing good, Brandon.
Can you talk about how you got your start in coaching?
Yeah, when I graduated from Carolina, I actually coached a summer league team with Coach Thomas at Aycock, and that next year I helped him as an assistant coach on his team, and then that next summer I started coaching the Legion team in Wayne County.
Can you talk about how it was playing for Aycock?
Yeah, it was obviously really cool. Aycock's got a rich history with baseball in the baseball program. Coach Davis has done an excellent job over the years there, and Coach Thomas taken over. He's done really well, and there's been a lot of good players there throughout the years, and it was a great experience. I learned a lot and was glad I could experience high school baseball there.
Who are some inspirational coaches that have motivated you to become a baseball coach?
You know, my dad coached me when I was real little. He had a big part in my baseball life and just life in general, influencing me and trying to shape me into a ball player and a man. And then a lot of coaches along the way impacted me, kept me, going in the right direction as just a teenager, ball player, whatever. And then when I got to college, I'd say that's when I had a few people that were really special to me. 18 to 22 years old, a lot going on with aspiring to be a professional ball player, aspiring to be something in life other than a baseball player, and the ways you can go in life. But that was Coach Fox, obviously my head coach at Carolina, and then Coach Forbes. He was an assistant coach at Carolina, and Coach Jackson. He's now a head coach at Liberty University, but he was an assistant coach during that time. And then Coach Gaines was the other assistant coach. And all those men, they were my coaches in college for the large part of my career at Carolina. And I'd say they had a big impact on me, but also influenced me and made me want to pursue coaching when I was done playing. And they all were godly men. They were guys that, loved ball. It was their life like it is mine and a lot of other people, but they were good friends, and it's cool seeing and knowing them now in a different light, not being a player and then being the coach, but being friends and still being mentors in my life, and especially in the coaching world. So those guys and those men got a special place in my heart.
Can you talk about your playing career at UNC?
Yeah, I was very blessed, man, to even get a chance to go there to play ball. You realize when you go to a school that big, but a program that is that great, that you're a little fish in a big pond, and talent's going to get you a little ways and a long way sometimes in sports. But when you get there and the rubber meets the road of who's going to work hard, who's going to be a good teammate, who's going to be a leader in the locker room and a leader on your team, that kind of stuff takes precedence. And that's really what helped me have what I would call a good career in college, was the impact I could have on my teammates, my program, or the program, and my coaches as a person. Being a leader was a big part of who I was as a ball player, and it really helped me have some opportunities to have leadership roles and to earn respect from my teammates in a bunch of different areas, and then to enjoy the college baseball experience at a facility, a school as nice as Chapel Hill. It was nothing other than a dream.
Can you talk about the recruitment process as a high school player and what it was like for you?
Yeah, obviously, it's changed a lot in just a short amount of time. Now that I'm coaching, guys are starting to get recruited even earlier. But going into my junior year, coming back, the summer between my sophomore and junior year is really when my recruitment process took place, and it was kind of short-lived, but there was a few schools interested in me, and the main two were East Carolina and UNC, both schools that I would have done a lot and sacrificed a lot just to be a part of their programs. Ultimately I chose Carolina, and that was a really tough decision at the time because, Pike was a little bit closer to Greenville. So there was that side of things with ECU, but then at the end of the day, Carolina was everything that I was looking for, wanting to enjoy as a baseball player, and then getting to experience the pursuit of Omaha, the pursuit of playing professional ball, all the dreams that I had in baseball. Carolina did everything imaginable to help me with those dreams that I had as a ball player. And then to be able to graduate from there is something I really didn't expect. I was a very average student, but was able to get a degree from a place that, is pretty remarkable. So I'm very thankful for that. But the recruitment process boiled down to those two schools for me.
Did you have any offers to get drafted into the MLB draft?
Yeah, I had a few. The draft is a crazy process. Anybody that has a loved one that's experienced it, or people that do get drafted, can know it's a business like anything. So yeah, there was opportunities for me. I guess it didn't really line up with what numbers, rounds, everything that can go into the draft. It really didn't line up for me in my junior year after I graduated. I had an injury going into the draft time. I prioritized coming back and getting my degree at some point, whether that was after a professional baseball career or, before. So there was a lot of things that went into it. But, yeah, I had a few teams that called and were going to pick me if I'd have said yes. But, yeah.
What was that experience like, knowing that you could have made it to the professional level if you chose to?
Really cool, obviously. I think when you get to college and all the different levels can provide an opportunity to play professional ball from Division I all the way down to junior college, and obviously high school players go as well. I think that I was fortunate enough to play in the ACC, which is one of the best conferences in the country. So the competition level that I was facing on a weekly basis was already what some people would say high A caliber of the minor league level. So there was a lot of cool, humbling experiences in the ACC when you play good competition. But then I was fortunate enough to go to the Cape Cod League, and that was where I really saw good competition and future big leaguers playing against them, playing on the same team as a lot of guys who got called up in the past 2 years. So you figure out, okay, I can play with these guys. I can make it to a certain level of professional baseball. But then, life comes at you with graduating and an injury, or, other opportunities in life come along. But I'd say that was the equalizer, maybe, was understanding that, I could play professional baseball because I've been fortunate to play at Carolina and play at a major school. And, but that went for everyone in our locker room in my 4 years there at Carolina. We were surrounded by professional baseball talent, whether they actually play professional baseball or not. So that was one of the things that was okay when that dream kind of went away and that window and that door closed. I still had a, understanding of, I was very blessed, very fortunate to play where and when I did against the people I did.
Can you talk about your coaching experience coaching the Wayne Post 11 team and the Jets?
Yeah, it's been really cool. That's been a very awesome experience so far to get to enjoy that and get to do something in coaching that's kind of all inclusive for our area. We are able to get some of the best players around in the Wayne County area and sometimes outside of it. But depending on who you ask, everybody's got, preferences on what they think a kid should play in the summers and stuff, stay with your school in Scholastic League, or go play travel ball or go play Legion ball. And it's been really cool how we've really changed how Legion ball can be perceived with opportunities and getting on certain fields, getting in front of certain coaches, but also a development side of things. High school ball is very important to the development of a high school player, but then those months away from his high school coach and high school team and the high school setting is really important on if that player really wants to play at a high level or not. And that's what those high school coaches like, is for a kid to come back to them the following year, following season, and be a better player. So that's one thing that we prioritize in our program is, having kids come to us, really good ball players already, but going back to their coaches as a better ball player and a more knowledgeable ball player.
What are the requirements for being a part of the post-11 team?
The only requirement is really to be a good enough ball player to play for us. Usually we get guys within our county. That's kind of always been what's been expected and thought to have gone into the process, but there's no requirements. You can play from wherever. Sometimes there's paperwork that might need to get done if you come from an outside area, but we do our justice for our local boys. They are who make up our team and who have provided our rich history of post-11 from Coach George Whitfield, Doyle Whitfield, Brad Reeves, Rob Watt, Jason Shear, everybody that's come along before me and our current staff have built a program off of getting the best ball players in Wayne County. So that's our first and foremost priority, is to always get who belongs on post-11 from all the high schools in the area, private, public, and then our college freshmen who are age eligible to come back. Because it's what I've always told, and I learned this from Coach Fox and playing at Carolina, is the program's always bigger than you. It'll be here. It was here before you. It'll be here after you. Whether I'm, not the coach for an extended period of time or whenever I'm done coaching post-11, the goal is for that program to keep trucking along like it has all these years. So we pride ourselves on the usual pursuit of winning the state championship in Legion ball and getting to the state tournament in Legion when COVID-19 usually doesn't happen, and you usually get that experience of your boys competing in the Area 1 conference is who we compete against: Kinston, Wilson, Pitt, Farmville, Ahoskie, Edenton, all of those usual teams, and then to get to a state tournament and try to win a state championship. So if our goal is to do that, we got to have good players. And sometimes that's the tough part, is evaluating a kid. Okay, you were a good to average high school player at your school, but can you help us win games in the summer? And that's what it really boils down to. Being a part of the Legion team is a big deal, and we pride ourselves in that and hope to continue making it better.
How tough was it due to the coronavirus and some games being cut short?
It's been tough. I think initially it was tough that our season wasn't called Legion anymore. That's what made it special. You get kids in an environment that allows them to compete and sometimes perform at a high level. That makes it unique compared to travel ball sometimes or other avenues of summer baseball. But when it went away, we really had to get creative with our scheduling, and we kind of created the Independent Summer League this summer on the same teams, the same areas, putting teams together and playing and doing the best we can to make it competitive for our kids. And like I said, making them better ball players when they get back to their high schools and their high school coaches.
How has the post-11 team helped with the recruitment process?
We are really working in everything we do if a kid's goal is to play college baseball, that's great. But post-11 doesn't only take on kids who are prioritizing college baseball. Legion baseball has kind of been an avenue for anyone who is good enough to be on the Legion team and talented enough. It's an opportunity to play because, like I said, our main goal is to win. And within that, we get players who may want to go major in biology. I've had several kids who are very, very smart, very high academic kids play on my Legion team, and then that's their last baseball for their life. They're done playing. But they help us win games, so we definitely take them on to be a part of our program. But then with the kids who want to play college baseball and aspire to play at the next level, we do everything we can to help them get to the next level. And it's really cool the past couple of years seeing how many of our kids have gone through the recruitment process, and Legion has helped them get seen, get recruited, and hopefully find their college baseball destination.
What advice would you give upcoming baseball head coaches looking to get into the profession?
Myself, I'm still seeking some advice sometimes as a young coach. But if you want to coach, I think that sometimes it needs to be maybe like a self-evaluation done on, one, how much do I love the game? Because there's going to be a lot of things that you're doing that aren't actually a part of the game, or aren't actually a part of your team practicing and teaching the game of baseball. So that other stuff that comes along with it makes you realize how much I love the game. If you can deal with, missing supper time with your family, or missing other things on weekends or in the evenings or whatever, getting the field ready, or handling so many administrative things that come along with coaching, then that makes coaching itself and the purity of it that much more enjoyable for coaches. But anyone that's interested in coaching, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, and helping our next wave of baseball players be better ball players and better men in the long run.
What advice would you give upcoming high school players looking to get recruited to the next level?
First and foremost, be able to take some criticism, be able to take some honest evaluation, because everybody thinks that, or wants to be the best they can be, and that makes perfect sense. Who doesn't want to be the best they can be? But on the same hand, sports are a great thing for everyone involved, and especially youth and kids and teenagers. But sports are also sometimes unforgiving, and they'll find out who's good, who's not as talented, stuff like that. So when a kid is aspiring to play at the next level, you got to be able to take sometimes some brutal honesty so that you can reevaluate your love for something, how much you want to do it, and also where you can go next. That would be my advice to high schoolers wanting to play at the next level.
What are your future endeavorments with baseball and in life?
Your guess is as good as mine, man. For a long time, I thought it was to play pro ball, and that opportunity came and passed, and it kind of shifted to being the best husband I can be, being the best dad I can be now with my little girl, and now being a great coach. So I'm kind of just enjoying these moments now, and doing all I can as a coach and as a teacher and someone involved in ministry to do the best I can to not make it about me, but we'll see what God has in store, I guess.
Where can my listeners find you on social media?
I have Twitter, A_Pate2, I think's what that is. And then have Facebook and Instagram too, Adam Pate2 or something like that, I think.
What is the Wayne Post 11's social media?
Wayne, I'm not gonna lie to you. That one's more important than my personal one, so I'm not gonna lie to you there, Brandon. It is at Wayne Post 11, and our current name, because of Legion canceling, is Wayne County Jets, but our handle, I guess, is at Wayne Post 11.
Thank you again, Adam, for your interview. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at @talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you again, Adam, for your interview, and best of luck at Wayne Post 11.
Thanks, Brandon.